Internal environment analysis complements external environmental analysis by evaluating an organization's internal capabilities, resources, governance structures, operational effectiveness, and stakeholder relationships. While external analysis identifies market opportunities and competitive threats, internal analysis determines whether the organization possesses the capabilities required to exploit these opportunities and mitigate associated risks. Effective strategic management therefore requires an integrated assessment of both internal strengths and external conditions to achieve sustainable competitive advantage. Within this process, CPAs increasingly contribute through data analytics, performance measurement, strategic evaluation, and evidence-based decision support. The role of the CPA in internal analysis. The modern CPA plays a strategic role that extends beyond traditional financial reporting and compliance activities. Contemporary organizations rely on finance professionals to generate insights from both financial and non-financial information, enabling informed strategic decision-making across operational and governance functions. CPAs support internal analysis through budgeting, performance measurement, business intelligence, forecasting, risk assessment, and integrated reporting. Advances in digital technology have significantly expanded the availability of organizational data. Consequently, CPAs must combine analytical expertise with technological capabilities to transform large volumes of structured and unstructured data into meaningful strategic intelligence. By integrating accounting information with operational and market data, CPAs provide objective assessments that support organizational improvement and long-term value creation. Understanding key stakeholders. Stakeholders represent individuals or groups that influence or are influenced by organizational activities. Strategic success depends upon understanding stakeholder expectations because organizations create value within complex networks of shareholders, employees, customers, suppliers, governments, regulators, communities, lenders, and strategic partners. Internal analysis therefore begins by systematically evaluating stakeholder relationships and their implications for organizational performance. Step 1. Identify stakeholders and their needs. The first stage involves identifying all significant stakeholder groups and understanding their objectives, expectations, and sources of value. Different stakeholders frequently possess competing interests. Shareholders may prioritize profitability and long-term returns, customers seek quality and value, employees value career development and job security, while regulators emphasize compliance and accountability. Strategic leaders must recognize these diverse expectations to ensure that organizational strategies remain sustainable and balanced across stakeholder interests. Stakeholder identification extends beyond direct contractual relationships to include broader societal and environmental interests that increasingly influence corporate governance and sustainability performance. Consequently, organizations must adopt a comprehensive perspective when assessing stakeholder needs. Step 2. Assess alignment of stakeholder needs. Once stakeholders have been identified, organizations evaluate the degree of alignment between stakeholder expectations and organizational objectives. High alignment facilitates strategic implementation by reducing conflict and enhancing organizational commitment, whereas conflicting stakeholder interests may create strategic tension and governance challenges. Assessment of alignment enables management to anticipate areas requiring negotiation, communication, or compromise while ensuring strategic initiatives remain consistent with long-term organizational purpose. Balancing multiple stakeholder interests has become increasingly important as environmental, social, and governance (ESG) considerations gain prominence within strategic decision-making. Step 3. Assess the relative power of stakeholder groups. Stakeholders differ significantly in their capacity to influence organizational decisions. Some possess formal authority through ownership, regulation, or contractual relationships, while others exercise influence through public opinion, market behavior, reputation, or social advocacy. Internal analysis therefore evaluates both stakeholder interest and stakeholder power to determine strategic significance. Understanding stakeholder influence enables organizations to prioritize engagement efforts, allocate management resources effectively, and anticipate potential sources of support or resistance. Stakeholder mapping provides a valuable framework for identifying relationships requiring active management throughout strategy implementation. Step 4. Develop techniques for interacting with stakeholders. Effective stakeholder management requires tailored communication and engagement strategies appropriate to each stakeholder group. High-power stakeholders generally require close collaboration and ongoing consultation, while less influential groups may require regular information sharing and transparent reporting. Successful engagement promotes trust, reduces uncertainty, strengthens organizational legitimacy, and enhances strategic execution. Modern organizations increasingly utilize digital communication platforms, sustainability reporting, integrated reporting frameworks, and stakeholder consultation mechanisms to maintain productive long-term relationships. Assessing current performance. Following stakeholder analysis, organizations evaluate current performance to determine whether strategic objectives are being achieved and whether existing capabilities support future strategic ambitions. Performance assessment extends beyond financial outcomes to include operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, innovation capability, employee engagement, governance quality, sustainability performance, and organizational resilience. Traditional financial measures remain essential indicators of organizational health but provide only a partial view of long-term competitiveness. Contemporary strategic management, therefore, incorporates balanced performance frameworks that integrate financial and non-financial indicators to provide a more comprehensive assessment of organizational effectiveness. Internal analysis and data analytics. Digital transformation has fundamentally changed internal analysis through the widespread availability of business intelligence, artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, and real-time performance monitoring systems. Organizations now collect extensive operational, financial, behavioral, and customer data that support evidence-based management decisions. Data analytics enables leaders to identify performance trends, detect operational inefficiencies, forecast future outcomes, and evaluate strategic initiatives with greater accuracy than traditional reporting methods. CPAs play a central role in designing analytical frameworks, validating information quality, and translating analytical findings into actionable strategic recommendations. A framework for performance assessment. A comprehensive performance assessment framework integrates strategic objectives with operational execution by evaluating organizational outcomes across multiple dimensions, including financial performance, customer value creation, internal business processes, innovation capability, organizational learning, governance effectiveness, and stakeholder satisfaction. Such multidimensional evaluation enables leaders to identify strengths, diagnose weaknesses, and prioritize strategic improvements. Ultimately, internal environment analysis provides the foundation for understanding organizational capability and strategic readiness. By combining stakeholder analysis, performance measurement, and advanced data analytics, organizations can align internal resources with external opportunities, strengthen competitive positioning, and support sustainable long-term value creation in increasingly complex and dynamic business environments.